What's up, people? This is Bar Talk. I'm your host, Brandon T. And like I said, here we talk about everything that's in the culture, lifestyle, entertainment, and general overall wellness to your situation. And so, what we're going to talk about today is co-parenting. And with that being said, pull out the whiteboard and let's go over the plan to have a successful co-parenting relationship. All right. Start set people. Starts you, her, the baby. Y'all together, y'all in the house together. Or y'all not living together, y'all in some cordial situation that looks like this in the house together. And so say that something awry happens out of anybody's control. But like I said, because this breaks, there's always gonna be hard feelings about what happened from here to here. Some betrayal or anything, I'm saying, it's gonna happen. And so with hard feelings, what I'm saying, it can be hard feelings on both sides. I mean, it's gonna be hard feelings on both sides because if you went to here, you end up here, your hard feelings is because you're not here anymore. So hard feelings happen. So this pathway here is the man and the baby and the mama taking this other path of hard feelings. So now this is a pivotal time in the relationship. The reason I say it's pivotal time because like I said hard feelings hinders rash decisions. Rational decisions, not rash. It causes rash decisions, but it hinders rational decisions. So what needs to happen at this point right here to overcome some of these hard feelings is the relationship between the mother and the father. And this is one that when the man gives his word to the woman about anything they got to do with this baby, that this word is 100% the gospel. Hear what I'm saying? It's got to be 100% the gospel when we talk about that baby. And then, two, also, if the woman wants to argue with you about anything, this is where you diffuse the argument. Do whatever you have to say that's truthful. Not hurtful, truthful to get you out of your argument. Lead the situation and so forth. Like I said, this is where hurt feelings start to escalate into things. So you want to keep this as calm as possible. So that's why I said, if you say something to her, it better be the gospel. Don't tell her nothing that you cannot do. Don't agree to nothing that you cannot do. No mushy yeses. If you can't do it, you better get a firm no and then tell what you can do and so forth. Because like I said, this right here, this communication right here will save you, will create the co-parenting or end the co-parenting. And then the baby here, then your actions towards the baby, like when you're supposed to get the baby and so forth, what you're supposed to do with the baby, how you're supposed to keep the baby, how you're supposed to keep the baby clothes and so forth together and so forth, nothing missing and so forth. That right there needs to happen. Intentionally needs to happen. Like I said, what you're doing here is what you want to, even though she's had hard feelings, or even though she may have hard feelings to you, she needs to know that she can trust your word and your actions. And she can trust your word and your actions. That'll take you down this pathway where y'all can have agreements on different things about how much money to help her out with and how y'all gonna raise the child in a co-parenting way where y'all both agree and so forth. But if you start having issues, now that before we go too far past that, like I said, I want to reiterate something. If she argues, she'll argue with you. Do not engage. I want to make that so clear. Do not engage in any arguments, because what that does is that will turn it into you versus her, and that's not what you want. Because you versus her can have her go other ways, and you know that there's outside influences in our situation of than her and people that think anything about you. So like I said, you want to keep that calm as possible. So back there, so make sure that when like I said, with the baby, when you got the baby's clothes, or you got toys for the baby, whatever you're doing for the child. Like I said, make sure you get his haircut every 2 weeks or whatever. You make sure that is your mission. You keep that 100%. Like I said, that in turns, this communication at your words, your bond, and this right here, what you're doing for baby, softens the hard feelings and so forth. And then you get more of y'all can have conversations to yourself. That's what I said. Don't have the arguments. Refrain from the argument. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that the conversation about whatever happened here to get you this point, you know, saying, probably in some ways is unresolved and needs to be resolved. But that's something that can't be resolved too soon because of the hard feelings. So you gotta get past the hard feelings so you can have a rational conversation when y'all are on very good terms and so forth. But like I said, you could go the other way with this. You can say stuff that your word never hands up. You can say you're gonna take care of the baby and she's seen the baby with clothes and baby clothes don't come back like they're supposed to, stuff missing and so forth. You can go down that path of things. Now going down that path takes you down this way. Then it's you ain't, you know what I'm saying, that's when you ain't trustworthy and so forth, and I need somebody to make you do stuff. And that's when you go down this pathway of everything bad. That's child support, that's the people's in your business. And you know when the people come to visit, they tell you how much money you're gonna live on and so forth. How much time you have with your child and so forth. When you making decisions about the child's life and raising and so forth, all starts to be taken away from you here, or into your opinion and consideration is minuscule. Now, going the good way, your opinion and so forth rates as high as hers in her mind because everything's on a good pathway. But if you go this way, how you want your child to be done and so forth, and how you want your child to be raised and all that goes away from you going down this pathway. So, like I said, the moral story is this. Do not argue, do not engage in negativity and pettiness. Make sure your word is the gospel when you tell it to her. Make sure you got that baby taken care of 100%. Remember, the baby's yours. Take care of the baby like you would take care of yourself. And then that gets you to the good co-parenting. And then two, hey, man, maybe y'all can find closure in your relationship and maybe remend till you get back here. Or like I said, just peaceful raising of a child. Like I said, you can move on with other relationships, she can move on with other relationships, and there'll be no issues. So, with that said, like, subscribe, comment, and then share this video with anybody that needs help with co-parenting and so forth. And with this being said, this has been Bar Talk, and I've been your host, Brandon T. Talk to you later. Peace.